Hi there, in this video I want to show you how to start working with the Visual Studio for the first time and create the new C# project. So let's take it. First we talked about how to install the Visual Studio. Now let's come over here. This is my Visual Studio. The version of the Visual Studio is not important matter. Currently I'm using 2022 version of the Visual Studio. So come over here and come to this one. We have two options. First, I can create the new project from here like this and get to start configuring the project. Or you can use my favorite and continue without code. Both of these are similar. So let's continue. This is the Integrated Developer Environment or IDE. So get inside the file, new and the project. In this window, we need to select the project type. We have some recent project templates. That is not important matter. Let's leave it. And here I have the search text box, or you can use these combo boxes for selecting your project type. Now let's come over here and select this one. I want to work with the C#. Also, I want to work with the Windows. So this is the Windows. And all project type. The project type I want to work is the desktop because I want to create the application for the desktop computer and also the Windows operating system by the C#. So I have all of these options. I have the Windows Form application using the .NET Core or the .NET. Also, you have the older version using the .NET Framework. You know what? If you wanna work with the most up-to-date version of the .NET, so you need to use this one, the .NET Core or .NET. But if you want to work with the older version, you have this one, the .NET Framework. Personally, I prefer to use the most up-to-date version, and it is the .NET or .NET Core. Select this, and it is the Windows Form application with the .NET and also the C# for the desktop computers, and come to the next. In this window, you need to configure your project. The first step is assigning the name for your project. So my project name is my first application, but it's not important matter which name you want. You can easily write your own name. And also the location of the project, that's listed by default. Then I have the solution name or the name of your solution. You know what? The solution is something like the folder that we can add one or more project inside it. Each project by default should be inside one solution. So the default name is my first app, and let's add the SN. It stands for solution name or the solution. This is the result. Do you want to place the solution and project in the same directory? No, I don't want to use the same folder for the project and solution. So uncheck this one. Now the result is over here that is created inside this folder up to this one. Now get inside the next step. In this window, I need to select the framework or the engine of my project. I want to work with the .NET 7, the latest version of the .NET Core 7.0. And it is STS or standard term support. And also I have the .NET 6 long-term support. You know what? In the future, if you got the newer version of the .NET, you can easily work with them. So the version of the .NET is not important matter because this is the tutorial project and I wanna work with the basic type of the project. So it's not important matter. Let's select the most up-to-date version or in the future .NET 8, .NET 9 up to the end. So let's create our first project. Well done, now my project is created and this is the default form. You can easily select this and resize it like this or any size that you want. Let's select something like this one. If you take a look over here, I have the Solution Explorer and this is the main part for managing your project. This is the solution as I mentioned. Each solution has one or more project inside it. Currently, I have only one project, so it is my first app. Inside my first app SN. So this is the result. As you see over here, I have some files and folders. So if I take a look, the dependencies, you can see it is the frameworks. So if you create the application, you need to use the Microsoft.NET Core and also the Windows form. And after that, I have the form one. This is the form one. You can easily select this and let's save and close the form. And also it's a really great idea to select this one and move it over here or over here, here, and this one. So let's select this side, the left side, and this is the result. You can also click on this to auto hide it or select that like this. And also I can come over here and resize it like this. And in addition, I have the show all files over here. So all of the files are available over here. Some of the folders are hidden, something like the bin and also the object. So if I click over here, show all files, now I have only the visible files, and this is the form one. You can easily double click on it to see the form one. And also I have the program that is the settings of the application by default. So I don't want to work with all of this at once. Let's close this and close also this one. And if you can't see the Solution Explorer by default, it's really simple. Let's close this and this one and everything. So come to this. By default, I have the view. So click on it and I have the Solution Explorer. Let's select that. And after that, I have the properties window. So let's select the properties window like this. And also if I take a look over here, I have the toolbox. So this is the toolbox like this. And also you can select this and move it anywhere that you want. For instance, move it over here, or I can come over here and select this one, move it at the bottom. Now I have the toolbox over here and also the Solution Explorer over here. It's really simple and straightforward. Also, you can auto hide this or auto hide this one, and this is the result. And come to the toolbox and set to this one. Now I have the form one, and if I double click on it, then the toolbox will automatically be generated based on your form. Now I have the toolbox over here and I can start working with it. But currently I want to only talk about how to create your first project. So let's talk about it more. Now let's auto-hide this one, and also we have the properties. If you select the form 1% this, then the properties of it is available over here. I'll talk about this and also the toolbox in the upcoming tutorials eventually. So don't worry about anything and just focus on your learning. And after that, I have some buttons at the top. And if I right click over here, I can manage the toolbar, something like the layout, the standard, and also I have the debug and the build. So you can select the debug and also you can uncheck that. Right click over here, I have the layout, and after that I have the standard like this. Now if I take a look over here, I can see the menus at the top. So come over here and get inside the view, and after that I have the toolbars. This is the toolbars. You can select them from here. For instance, I can come over here and select the layout. This is the layout, and after that I can work with it over here, or come to the view, then the toolbars, and select the standard like this. Now I have the standard toolbar over here. So let's run this project for the first time and select this and come over here, run it. And this is the result after a couple of seconds for building the project. Then it will automatically execute it like this. So this is the result. Now if I come over here and right click on the form and open containing folder, or select the form, right click on it, get inside the open containing folder. So this is the folder of my project. As you see, I have all of these files exactly like the project in Solution Explorer. And also I have the solution folder. This is the solution folder. You can see its name, My First App SN. And after that, I have the dedicated folder for my project, and it is My First App. Also, I have this solution or SLN extension. This is the solution file. So if I close this, you can see the result expressions. Now double click on the solution file and my file will be opened and indeed my project. So let's be patient. After a couple of seconds, as you see, my project is loaded one more time and it means everything is working perfectly. Now let's double click on the project folder and open it. So this is the project folder, and if I come to the project and select the show all files like this, now I have more files and folders over here. If I take a look, you can see the pin, this is the pin, the object over here, and also I have the form 1 and it is 3 files. So this is form 1 and I have 3 files inside it. The first one is the designer, so you can see the auto-generated code by the Visual Studio, and this is the result. And after that I have the resx, and this is the resource file or files for adding the text, the images, all the files inside it. At the first step, you don't need to memorize all of this. I'm going to talk about it for your deeper understanding. So don't worry about anything and don't be afraid. So this is the form 1. And after that, I have the program and I have the imports up to the end. So I have the files over here. Now, if I take a look inside the bin or binary and click on it, come to the debug, .NET 7, and here I have the my first app. This is the first app, and if I click on it, I have the form 1 over here, and it is exactly like running it from this button. Or come to the debug, and this is the start debugging. You can use the F5 or select it from here to start running the application for debugging. What is the debug? Debug means for running the application to find the errors. So don't worry about this matter. Now if I come over here and click on this, these are the files for running the application. And if you want to run it, select the my first app. You can see my first app.exe or executable file and click on it. So it's run automatically without any problem, and close this one. Well done. So this is the quick tour about the first application using the C# and the Visual Studio. And also, as I mentioned, I have the toolbox over here that you can get access to all of these easily and quickly. For instance, let's select the button, drag and drop over here on the window. So it is like this. And also I have the checkbox. This is the checkbox, and the combo box. This is the combo box, the label, and all of these are available for you up to here. And also I have the picture box to show the picture to the user. I'll talk about this matter step by step in my upcoming tutorials, how to work with these controls easily and quickly, so don't worry about it. Okay, I enjoyed a lot. Now we learned how to press our first application using the C# and the .NET Core technology. So open up your Visual Studio and start creating your first project. Thanks and thanks goodness. Hi, welcome. In this video, I want to show you how to easily start working with the if statement. So let's see. Suppose you want to add the same kind of condition inside your codes. Then the best option is using the if structure or if statement. The structure of the if is really simple and straightforward. Just write if, add parentheses, and inside it the condition. Then add the curly braces, put your quotes if the condition is true over here between two curly braces. Also I have else if the condition is false. So add the curly braces and write your code if the condition is false. So let's do it in the action. Come over here and come to this one. To start my tutorial, I added the new form. It is if for a statement. And also if you get inside the program, now let's select this and add the if for a statement, exactly this one. In addition, if I take a look over here, I have another button, and this is my button, and its name is calc button. I want to click on the calc button to calculate the age. This is the date of birth or birth date text box. And after that, it's time to get date of birth, then calculate the age. It's really simple. So let's select this, double click on it. At the beginning, let's convert the text of my text box to the integer. So let's write int or int 32, and after that name it the date of birth and date of birth, or DOB. Then the DOB equals to what? Equals to this, and after that the text box. So this is the text box and my text box, birth text box. Which property? The text property. Currently, I assume that you watched my previous tutorial about the variables. So it's a really important matter to learn that. Then come over here and continue this video. So I have this one, and if I add the comma, I can't assign the text directly to the DOB. So you can see it over here, can't convert type string to integer. As I mentioned previously, it's very simple, and say int 32, then add dot and the parse. This is the parse, and add it like this easily and quickly. Now I have the DOB, or date of birth. It's time to calculate the age. Let's define the age, and it should be int 32 and name it age. So the age equals to what? Equals to date and time, add dot, now, dot, and the year. So this is the year, and as you see, its type is integer or int. Get the year component of the date. Select this and assign it to the age, and this is the result. Now I have the current year. I need to subtract the DOB from the now year. It's very simple. So over here and say minus DOB, or date of birth. So I have the age, and it's time to show it to the user. So let's say message box, add dot, show, and easily assign the age. Don't forget to convert it to a string, because we need to do that easily. And don't forget to add also the parentheses at the end. Now it looks great, and if I add the semicolon and run the project. So come here and write something inside it like 19. Now let's calculate the age. It is 33 or 19, and if I come over here, 1980, and this is 43. It is my date of birth, 1980. So it is up to 43. Wow, I'm not the young boy anymore, and I am middle aged. So if I take a look over here, now I could create the age calculator. But if I take a look, I can add some kind of if structure to identify the age type. So I have the age over here, and if I say if age greater than 3, show this message box, you are middle aged. And also if the age is not greater than 3, go to the else and show this message box, you are young. Now let's come over here and add it to our project. So come to this and comment this one and get inside the next and say if double press the tab for automatically creating the if structure. So let's do it one more time. If double press the tab key on your keyboard. So the tab key is this one, the tab key. Double press it, and this is the result. The if structure is auto-generated. So if the age is greater than the, for instance, 30, then say, let's copy this and say store here, you are middle age. Else, easily write else, the curly braces, and let's copy and paste over here one more time. You are young. So you are young, you are middle aged. Now if I run, I can see the great and amazing result. Let's be patient. So let's come to this and write 1990 and calc. You are middle aged. Click OK. And also it's a great idea to show the age. So this is the age. Let's uncomment that. Come over here and let's see the result. So let's write 1990, click 33. This is my age, not exactly my age in the real world. As I mentioned, I'm 1980. So the 33 and you are middle age. If I write, for instance, 2010 and calculate 13, you are wrong. So it's working perfectly. Let's talk about the breakpoint and how we can use it to find the errors of the application and the codes and fix it. It's really simple. Just come over here and come to the first line over here or here. So I have this one. I can easily get inside this. So come over here and this border and click on this. Now the color of this line is changed to the red color. It means the execution of the application will stop over here until we continue. So come over here and come to this one. It is 2022, or I can write 2000 and calculate. So this is, as you see, the execution is stopped over here. And if you hover on the text, you can see the value of the text. And this is the result. How can I go to the next line? It's really simple. Just come over here and at the top, you can see the step into, a step over. Currently, I haven't any classes or the methods. So let's use the F10 or step over. Directly go to the next line. Now I have the DOB. You can see the value of the DOB and it is 2000. Now I have the age. Age is the year. You can see the year is 2023 and indeed the current dates of the computer. Now the result is the age and this is the age. So age is 23. You can see it over here and show it to the user. And this is, now click on the OK. Go to the next line. I have the if structure. If the age is 23, the 23 is greater than the 30. No, it is not. So show the next line and go to the next line. And this condition is not true. So the codes inside the else will be executed. So go to the next line and show you are young. Indeed, this line of the code is executed like this. Now go to the next one and next, and I start working with the application one more time. So this was about the 2000. If I write 1980, my age, and calculate. So if I take a look, go to the next line, next, and I have 43. So the age is 43, and if the 43 is greater than 30, yes, it is greater than. So go to this one. And if I take a look, click on this button or F10 on your keyboard. Now you are middle-aged and you are middle-aged. This was the really simple and straightforward if structure and its usage. And if I take a look over here, I have the greater than. I can easily say age is greater than or equals, something like this. Or even I can come over here and say not equal. This is the not equal. Don't forget, it is a little bit different. And double equals means the age equals to 30. And also I can come over here and use the smaller and smaller than or equals. So everything is possible to use it over here. Now let's say is greater than 30. Well done. Now we learned the basic structure of the if statement. Go ahead and open up your project and start working with the if structure. Thanks and thanks goodness. Hi, welcome. In this video, I want to show you how to easily start working with the multiple if statements. So let's begin. Previously, we talked about the if condition, and it is the simple one. It has only one condition over here. But sometimes we need to use multiple if after each other. For better understanding, if I come over here and I added the month number over here, and it is month now, and after that I have the show month name. I want to write this C# code to get the number of month or month number, then show us the name of that month. It's really simple and straightforward. So click over here, and before doing anything, it's really great idea to define something like this. Copy and paste it over here, and its name, if I take a look, is the month num or the month number, the text of it, and it is month number, or I can say M and month number over here and here. Now I have the month number. It's time to add the if structures and statements one by one. Say if, double press the tab key on your keyboard, and say if mn equals to 1. Then I can write the code over here. For instance, show the message. To do that and for better results, come over here, and after that let's define the string and name it the month name equals to nothing, and after that add the semicolon. Now I have the month name, and for better understanding, let's come over here and paste it exactly here and add the name for the first month. And to start my tutorial, I searched the Google and I have it over here. So let's put it over here, and after that let's be patient. Great. Now I have the code over here, so let's use it up to here easily and quickly. Now if the mn or month number equals to 1, then it is the January. So copy this, and month name equals to nothing, and let's name it the January. So my month name is January, and after that let's copy this part, and I need to add them and say if the mn equals to 2, then it is the February, the month name, up to here. I need to repeat these steps for all of the remaining months. To speed up my tutorial, I stop the recording. Stay with me. Well done. Now I successfully added up to 12 months and the name of them over here. So if I take a look, the first one is 1, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and the December. So it's time to use this one and show it to the user. Now I can easily say message box dot show, and show what? Show month name, this one. And if I take a look and add the semicolon at the end. Now if I run, I can see the great and amazing result. Let's add some breakpoint over here at the breakpoint. Great. And also let's close this and make it full screen. It looks better. So I have the text box over here. Let's write, for instance, 4 and show month name. By default, the month name is null or nothing, and also month number is 4. So let's get the month name for the month number 4. Come over here and go to the next line using the step over or F10. Then mn is 1, no, is 2, no, 3, no, but over here it is correct. So go to the next line and assign the month name April. So the month name is April. Now go to the next up to the end. So show the month name, and the result is this April. So this is the power of the breakpoint. And after that, let's uncheck the breakpoint and continue. Now let's go over and write, for instance, the 12. You can see it over here, December. And also it's a great idea to write some if structure over here to check if the number is smaller than the 12 or not. So come over here, and after this one or over here, let's add the if structure. Now let's go over here and add the if structure and say if the mn is smaller or equals the 12. and this is the result. Is it smaller? Then do nothing. Do nothing because my number is valid. So my number is valid, so do nothing. Add the else structure and show the message box to the user. And it is something like this. Message box show, please enter the valid month number. And after that, let's go here and return. Return means hello C#, please stop execution the remaining codes up to the end and exit the code. So let's go here and say nothing easily and quickly, the nothing. Now add the breakpoint over here and run the application and let's see the result. Come over here and write 13 and show month name. So if the 13 is smaller or equals to the 12, no, it's not. So go to the else and execute the code inside the else. Please enter the valid month number and return. Return means go to the end. Go to this one without executing the remaining codes. And after that, if I take a look, for instance, let's write 12 and let's see the result. It is equals to the 12. So do nothing. And this is the do nothing. And after that, get inside the next one and jump the else structure and continue. So let's uncheck this. And if I take a look, name it one more time, December. And also this one, the June. And the 9 is September. So this is the September and the 10. It's a really great idea to check execution of the codes for the different parameters and the month number. Okay, well done. Now we learned how to create the multi-if statement. It's very simple and straightforward. Go ahead and open up your project and start working with the multiple if statements. Thanks and thanks goodness.